Welcome back. It's time for the Word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me right now is Michael Lee strategy founder Michael Lee and Bulltech Capital chief market strategist Catherine Rooney Vera. Great to see you guys this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Mike, kicking things off with you with a big week ahead of the busiest week so far for fourth quarter earnings. Market is headed down this morning. Dow Industrials down 222, NASDAQ down 150. But of course, year to date, tech has been on fire. The sector up with Microsoft, Amazon, Google, all showing big gains. Take a look at these numbers. Google up 12.5%, Meta up 26%, Apple up 12%, and Amazon up 21% year to date. These stocks are on fire, even though many of them have announced thousands of job cuts, with other tech companies also cutting jobs. But we're getting the companies' earnings this week. These are the largest companies by market value: Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet in the top five. Take a look at the most valued company in the world is Apple at $2.3 trillion. We want to know if this rally in the stock is justified given this huge market value. What's your take?
Yeah, this is one of the times where you're looking at two completely different pictures. One is the economy coming unglued at the seams, and it seems a very aggressive Federal Reserve going after inflation and the effects of a hawkish Fed we're seeing everywhere. And you're hearing it from layoff announcements from these major tech companies. Yet stock prices this year have just gone absolutely wild. The S&P, I believe, is up close to 6% year to date before we open today. And how goes January typically goes the entire year. So you're running into some very interesting things that a lot of people don't fully grasp, in that the stock market usually bottoms 6 to 9 months before earnings bottoms, and it is typically an 12 to 18 month forward-looking instrument. So if you ask yourself, what's going to be the trend of earnings? What's going to be the trend of the economy 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now? I think you're seeing that reflective in the stock prices. Are we going to see another leg down before the market bottoms, or have we already seen the bottom? I'm not quite sure about that. I think we're going to get a lot of clues from earnings this week. What you've seen in this earnings quarter is a lot of lowered expectations for companies across the board, and then companies coming out and either beating those lowered expectations or beating the whispered numbers. But what's been really ironic is companies that have missed earnings have outperformed the market by like 160 basis points, while companies that have beat earnings have underperformed the market by 80 basis points. You're starting to see retail flows back into the market, and then you have massive amounts of buybacks about to come into the market going forward. So a lot of technical, not in technical analysis, but technical factors in terms of the amount of money coming in to buy stocks is really providing a lot of wind at the sails. I believe there's close to $4.5 trillion in money markets. So it's a really kind of a paradox situation where the bears have very good arguments as to why the market should be lower, yet the bulls are seeing this price action and stocks keep going higher. So a little bit of a crossroads here. Very difficult time to invest.
It's a great point with all of the money coming in. Maybe that is what is lifting these stocks. But, Mike, the bottom line, Apple stock is up 12% year to date. Their company is reporting earnings this week. This market is up 11% on the NASDAQ year to date. Would you put new money to Apple this week before the earnings?
You know, I tend to favor Amazon and Google, the stocks that haven't really held in as well as Apple did over the last year. Those names that have gotten beaten up a little bit more than, say, an Apple are the ones that I would rather be putting money to work in. But Apple is almost your entire market bellwether. It's a huge portion of the S&P 500. It's a huge portion of the NASDAQ. And it's such an integral part of the economy. I mean, look, everybody's walking around with one of these iPhones, right? So that's not going to change. What's the growth of that, and what do we hear from them out of China?
All right, we'll be watching what we hear with the quarterly numbers on Thursday.